Hello there, Anita from innerFLOW. Today I'd like to offer a meditation practice, and the theme of the practice today is annihilation and cultivating resilience through these very challenging and difficult times. So many of us, including myself, over this period of time and globally, are experiencing incredible, powerful forces, both internally and externally. Some imposed on us by the current situation that we're living in, and some naturally occurring as a result of whatever's going on in our lives and whatever's going on inside us, and how our inside meets the outside. Sometimes these experiences can leave one feeling like a tsunami's hit. There are experiences, events, situations, or just energies in the unseen realm that possibly come in and leave one feeling absolutely annihilated. And there's a part of us that feels possibly like it's dying, or it has died, and we can't return and find or reclaim that part of ourself. And so some of the viewers have said to me, it's all very well to be gentle and kind, but what happens, when we're in these kinds of really devastating situations that are leaving us feeling more than challenged? And here is where one of the personal mastery elements that I work with in leaders, teams, organizations, but just human beings, and in various satsangs, sanghas, etc., and communities around, is this thing of cultivating resilience. And now more than ever, we are required to practice this. And so I'd like you just to take a moment and just to settle into your chair or wherever you may be listening and watching this. And just to start to tune into what your understanding of resilience is, what it means for you, and maybe to get a sense in your own life around how resilient do you feel. And by accessing more resilience within yourself, an inner resource, and cultivating that, growing it like a muscle, how might that make you experience life and be able to meet life and yourself in a different way for a better outcome? Resilience in a nutshell is really the ability to deal with stress. And all of us are experiencing some degree of stress in our lives, whether it's a positive stress or a more debilitating stress. And given the current situation in South Africa and globally, it might be compounded for you at the moment, where you're having to deal with more distressing, causing situations. So resilience is about, when we develop and cultivate this practice of resilience, we're able to bounce back to meet life and its challenges far more quickly. So think of yourself when you went to the sea, possibly in childhood, and you got hit by a wave. You got nailed by a wave, and you maybe got dumped. Roly-poly, sand, water, and upside down, and feeling possibly a bit winded, a bit bruised and battered, a bit shaken up. How long did it take for you to recover and bounce back from that experience? And often we see in children that they bounce back quite quickly, but in adults we can take longer, and depending on the severity of the stress and how our brain and our body complex deals with that and stores it in our system, when the next event comes, it may compound that initial event, and so we've got this storehouse in us. And so cultivating resilience, to have this ability to be able to come back into life, to be able to lean into life again, face it, meet it, rise to it, embrace it, is something that is useful. And what better time to practice when it's here, when it's up, when it's real in our lives. So just taking a moment to reflect on this, and then just to come into your actual body. There's no better way to get into the present than to get into the body's experience of what it is experiencing right now. So at this point, you may even want to close your eyes gently. Just take a few deeper inhales and exhales, whatever's going to help to ground and anchor you into this present moment. And just become aware, notice the quality of your breath. Notice what's going on in your body. Is there any tension? Where might you be holding tension? Is there any pain? Getting in touch with the experience of the breath, the quality of the breath. How, when we place attention on the breath, perhaps it's even starting to soothe a part of your being as you're focusing more and more on just getting in touch with the inhalation and the exhalation of the breath, and noticing how that might encourage a softening in the body. So by getting into the body experience of the now, it helps us to anchor ourselves. And the important thing here is to be able to cultivate a sense of kindness while we're doing it towards ourselves. So breathing with kindness, being with whatever experiences are arising in your body and present right now for you with kindness. It's almost like you're holding a sense of self-warmth. And just noticing how easy or how difficult it might be for you to be with yourself with a sense of warmth towards yourself, with kindness in this moment. Because when we're in our lives and things are whirling and swirling around us, when there's turmoil, when there's anxiety, when we're shaken up, possibly deeply disturbed, panicky, overwhelmed, perhaps even facing depression. It's not easy to meet oneself just with this loving, warm self, relationship with self. But what we can do is start to offer it to ourselves just in this moment. Just being in touch with you in this moment. Whatever's up for you. And we're coming to realize in these times, it's giving us the opportunity to realize how futile it is, how really futile it actually is to have a sense of that we can control what's going on around us in the outer world. But what we can start to develop is this sense of self-agency where we can and do have a great influence with our inherent power within our beings. When we come into contact with awareness of ourselves and how we are, how we can then shift it just by opening and softening and allowing whatever to be there, just in this moment. So the practice now with your eyes closed is just being here now with yourself. Taking a few deep breaths, deeply inhaling and deeply exhaling. On the exhale, you may even want to sigh it out. Letting it go. Breathing in deeply, taking in the nourishment that life itself has to offer you. That life itself always is available to offer you in every moment. All you need to do is tune in and be here now. And starting to notice if there's any sense of relief that comes with the out-breath as you let go on each out-breath. And if there's any sense of comfort, of warmth, of nurturance as you take your deep in-breath. And now just on the internal, right in the center of your heart, you may even want to place your hand on your heart to locate that beautiful center, the feeling center. Place the hand on the heart, or both your hands, whatever your preference is. And imagine this inner warmth right in the center of your heart. Imagine this inner smile right in the center of your heart. Picture it. Visualize your heart smiling from the inside. Smiling at yourself, getting in contact with your heart. This loving, benevolent center that at its essence is pure, is goodness itself, is innocent. It means no harm. It just wants to love. It wants to be loved. It is love. And now, just quietly, still with your eyes closed, give yourself a little smile on your face. Just smiling gently. And notice what happens when you encourage a smile on your face in the moment. So here we may find the inroads to this opening towards ourself, to opening with kindness and warmth to ourself. The forgetting of anything else for now, and the remembering of ourselves. And as we aim to cultivate more resilience for life, it is with this warmth with this self-warmth, with this kindness, with this loving feeling in our heart and outwardly expressed on our face, even when we feel like things are chaotic around us, when we are flung into this unknown, uncertain time, where we might be feeling totally annihilated by circumstances in our lives. Can we still meet ourselves with this warmth? Can we open our hearts to ourselves through this and smile through the face of adversity? So making space in our lives, in our practices. And you can take this practice, please do, make it your own in whatever way that works for you. These are just some tools. And as a well-known teacher, Pema Chodron says, it's part of the good medicine. So may this be part of your good medicine kit, your toolkit that you can take forward to offer yourself some loving kindness portals into your life, to cultivate the practice of resilience, staying alive, possibly even learning to thrive in the chaos of life. So gently opening your eyes if they aren't already open, just coming back and orienting yourself into your environment. Thank you for practicing with me today. May you have a loving, warm, kind day. Namaste.